Now, this was a day that will undoubtedly shape the 2012 election. Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann was declared the victor of the Iowa straw poll right here in Ames, Iowa. Now, Texas Governor Rick Perry, he drew attention to the South, though announcing his candidacy for the GOP nomination. He did it in South Carolina earlier today. Joining me now with reaction to all the day's events is Governor Perry's fellow Texan and also a friend of Michelle Bachmann and a Tea Party member, the one and only Congressman Louie Gohmert. Congressman, how are you?
Sean, always good to be with you. Always better here.
All right, so you're a congressman from Texas. Yeah. You're friends with Governor Perry.
Known him since college.
You, Steve King, and Michelle Bachmann are a trio.
Dear friends.
Yeah, all right, so you're in a bit of a dilemma. So
how could it be a dilemma to have great people running for president? More, I think, great people running than have ever run before. And I know some people get to thinking, well, Ron Paul seems to divide our groups. And, you know, I disagree with him on defense issues and security issues. But good grief, who have we had to energize college students in the last 20 years since Ronald Reagan? He's got college students thinking about less government. That can only be good.
Rand was just on, and he suggested that there is an intramural battle between the establishment and the Tea Party. Do you think, did you?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you interpret the results here as that?
I sure do. And
what does that mean?
Well, you look at these results, it means you're hearing powers that be with sphincters puckering all over the country. They're worried right now because
you're a wordsmith, Congressman. You're a wordsmith.
Well, seriously, they're looking and saying, look at who is winning these things. It's not the establishment candidates. It's people that have grassroots organizations. Money is not buying these people. These are people coming out with convictions. And I've just gone across Iowa over the last 2 days, was invited by the Family Research Council, National Organization.
Tony Perkins.
And, yes, and Susan B. Anthony List. And, man, seeing people all across Iowa, these are wonderful people who, for the first time, are telling me, we're watching C-SPAN. We're watching Fox News. They are plugged in.
They're not watching C-SPAN. They're watching Fox News. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, they're worried about what's... They do watch Fox, but they're worried about what's happening to their country. That's a good thing.
No, look, I think... I keep using the term tipping point, and especially with the downgrade. I mean, I think it's embarrassing. It shouldn't have happened. It could have been prevented. Had the Tea Party, had the Tea Party's plan been listened to, what you supported, cut, cap, and balance, that would have met the standards set up by Moody's and S&P in terms of the $4 trillion mark. In their case, it was $5.8 trillion. That would have met the standard. We could have avoided this downgrade, and it would not have had the ripple effect.
We would have been better taking one more day and having something that really made serious cuts. Now, I heard you talking to Rand, and I had to disagree. You know, I agree with virtually everything you said, but you said it didn't balance, and the truth is, it cut $1 trillion over 10. The budget doesn't balance with this new bill.
This new bill.
It actually does. When I turn 207, the budget balances that year. So, and if they were able to cut $2 trillion over 10 years, and you could keep that up, then I'm only 137.
By the way, that little girl that we just pointed out earlier, she'll be 113 by the time that budget balances.
We got to get serious.
Congressman,
and make this
with all due
balanced.
respect, that's not a balanced budget. That's
I kind of worry about that.
You know, but this is the thing. You look at the kids, and it's immoral. It's unconscionable.
It is.
That, you know, we're robbing from them. We're taking away their opportunity, their hopes and dreams. And it seems to me that ought to be what this entire election is going to be about. Do you think the president will be successful at diverting the country's attention by going after the Tea Party? We've been called Tea Parties have been called terrorists, racist. Do you think that'll be effective because he can't run on his failed record?
I think it will be in nasty elections because the people are upset about the way Washington's run. They know they can't run on the records. And let me just tell you, can you imagine Barack Obama or Harry Reid going into a bank and saying, I need a loan. Why? Because I can't stop spending. But see, my children over here, I promise you, someday they or their children will pay for it. Imagine what they would be called as parents.
You heard what Tim Geithner said this week. And you heard what Jay Carney said this week. And Nancy Pelosi said it before. Get this. Unemployment benefits create jobs.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You know.
Well, and he's right, and so do censuses, but he doesn't get another one for a bunch of years. That's been the biggest jobs program he's had, but those jobs have gone away.
Unemployment benefits is a safety net for people that are unemployed.
Yeah.
Actually, a real job helps people get a job.
That's right.
You know.
And we have bills waiting down at the Senate that could get the economy going, get us off foreign energy, but they're not interested in passing them in the Senate. And the truth is, the Department of Energy, for example, their mission is to get us off foreign dependence on energy, and they have failed worse every year they've existed. Right. Get rid of them.
Last question.
Start there.
Do you think, you know, we had Newt Gingrich on the program after the debate the other night. Newt was saying he would bring, the president shouldn't go on vacation. They should come back, repeal, meaning the Republicans in the House, unilaterally repeal Dodd-Frank, Sarbanes-Oxley, come up with a plan that will balance the budget, throw it over to the Senate.
Before I'm 207.
Before you're 207. Do you think that's a good strategy? Should the Republicans come back from and pass these bills, even though there's very little likelihood the Senate will deal with it or the president would ever sign them?
Exactly, because just as the Congress showed in '95, you may send them down and they don't pass. You may send them down and the president vetoes them, but you have got to keep pushing, and we haven't done enough of that. It has got to be done. This country is at stake. We can save it. This that I've seen for the last 3 days here in Iowa gives me more hope and encouragement than anything I've seen in a long time.
Who are you going to vote for, Perry or Bachmann, the two friends of yours?
Well, they are, and I was just with Michelle and enjoying this exciting time. I wish the announcement hadn't been today. I didn't want Iowa stepped up. This is too marvelous.
All right.
To take anything away from it.
Congressman, good to see you. Congressman Louie Gohmert.
Thanks, Sean.